there has been a resurgence of this far-right thinking, resurgence of anti-Semitic activity, racist activity here in the United States and in Europe as well. And this has been going on. It's gathering momentum. There are people today who are claiming to be Christians and endorsing racist ideology and anti-Semitic ideology. These are people that are sometimes called God and country Christians. We have a problem here in America, a growing problem that has been called white identity politics in the academy. White people, certainly up until 1960, but even now, at 76% of the population, they haven't really had to think about their whiteness. They have always been the majority dominant race, and they have organized and structured society in the ways they thought best served their interests. Political scientist Ashley Jardina says in her research about 30 to 40% of white people are what she calls white identifiers. It's not racists. That's a different category. It's much smaller. It says this 30 to 40% of people are noticing these changes and concerned about them, primarily not because they hate minorities or anything like that, but they're just thinking in terms of their best interest, thinking, well, what's going to happen when we are no longer the majority? And that is something that is being skillfully exploited in the political realm. That narrative can be quite powerful. And what we will see is an emergence and growing interest among some white people about preserving their privilege and their position in society. And arguments like, other minorities have their interest groups. Shouldn't white people have theirs? National Association for White People that look out for the interests of whites. And you can imagine where that can go, many different directions. Mm-hmm. But I think we'll hear more and more talk about white people built America, and we know how to run it, and we've got to keep in charge for things to keep going well. Can be used by skillful propagandists to draw in people who are not necessarily racist, but susceptible to this kind of fear-mongering. So anyway, you have people who are, as I was saying, kind of God and country Christians who are very susceptible to that kind of thinking.